Hi everyone, I'm here to talk with you about McKinney Vento and homelessness. Virtually, I'm going to try my best to communicate with you what homelessness is, what McKinney Vento does, and how we can support our students. So first off, homelessness is defined as children or youth who lack a nighttime residence that is fixed, regular, and adequate. As you can see, there are definitions here, but they're a little bit vague. And so it leaves it up to us to kind of determine whether or not we report a student or refer a student to homelessness services. So this is statewide data here. For the state of Idaho, a lot of our students are doubled up, and a small portion of them live in shelters and transitional, hotels, motels, and unsheltered and substandard. So doubled up would mean that they are living in a residence with another family. So let's say that they lost their housing due to an economic hardship. The family moves in with the grandparents. That would be considered doubled up. And unsheltered and substandard would mean kind of living in cars, parks, the classic definition of being homeless, where they're living on a park bench, things like that. Unaccompanied homeless youth is another section of homelessness, and often we see this in older students, but it's students who meet the definition of homelessness, so lacking the fixed, regular, and adequate housing, and also not being in the physical custody of a parent or guardian. Sometimes we'll see students who are fleeing abuse, whether it's physical abuse, sexual abuse, maybe they're fleeing family dysfunction. As long as they are homeless and not in the physical custody of a guardian, they are an unaccompanied homeless youth. Some of the causes of homelessness, and especially in our area, are the lack of affordable housing and poverty, as well as the other ones listed here. But often we see these two up here being the first causes of homelessness. Students can experience homelessness for a variety of reasons. A lot of it comes from situations that are beyond their control, especially if they're younger students. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of the barriers that those students are experiencing, because homeless does create barriers. There are things that they deal with that other students who are not experiencing homelessness don't have to deal with, right? So not having reliable transportation, or not having school supplies. Maybe they're hungry, they're tired, they're stressed out. They're experiencing all these things that they might not have been experiencing previously. And so we want to create supports for those students. So our goal is stability and security for our students who are experiencing homelessness. If they're not receiving their basic needs, they're not going to be able to perform well academically. And that is something that we know as educators and we see on a daily basis. If students are coming in and they're tired and they're hungry and they're not prepared for school, they're often not going to perform well, right? So there are some examples of supports and services that we're able to provide through McKinney Vento. Tangible would be like school supplies, coats, gloves, breakfast and lunch. And then intangible are kind of the things that we do to make them feel special and extra, emotional support, extra supports outside of school, whether it's homework help, just providing them with an ability to feel safe. Okay, so I'm going to review some supports and services that we can provide as a school and as a district. And it follows this guideline of A, B, C plus P. And it covers some of the things that we will want to provide for these students to help them be successful. So in terms of attendance, a really cool thing that we can do through McKinney Vento is put them immediately enroll them. And so if they, lose their housing and they don't have access to a birth certificate, they're still able to come here and enroll. Another thing is allowing them to be in their school of origin and providing transportation. If one of our students becomes homeless and they have to go to Coeur d'Alene to be placed in a shelter, we are able to provide transportation for those students to be able to come here so that they're not switching schools mid-year, they're not having to go through the stress of making new friends, losing their old friends, and just kind of keeping that school of origin as their first choice. for B. B is emotional and behavioral support along with well-being, engagement. So we want to make sure that they're experiencing the normal school experiences, and providing mentoring and referral for mental health services, academic intervention and support, extracurricular activities. If students want to participate, they can participate. And then also college and career planning support. Colleges and universities have supports in place for homeless students, and so it's just a matter of hooking them up with those resources and making sure that they line up with their career goals. So coursework completion and credit accrual. If a student comes in and they don't have their transcripts, they don't have any information from the other school, we are able to get them in, get them on track to graduate, and really help them progress through their schooling, especially for those students who are in the older grades. And then P is physical health and well-being. So a lot of these supports we can provide through McKinney Vento. So food and nutrition, free breakfast and lunch, really hygiene supplies, school supplies. I have winter coats in my office if students need them. I have deodorant, I have body wash, things like that. If your students need them, please do not hesitate to reach out and I can help hook them up with some of those services. So again, if you have any questions on homelessness, please feel free to reach out. If you're questioning whether or not to refer a student to be considered as homeless, again, I can help you go over that, and we can review some of these fixed, regular, adequate scenarios. Again, any questions, please reach out. I'm here to support you guys and here to support our students, and McKinney Vento is a great program that we get to embody here at Kootenai. And so have a great rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Any questions, please reach out. Thank you. Okay, bye.